Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sandra's Sunday Evening Live. Now, this month, we're welcome to October. This month, I am trying to do one different thing every day. So today I have a big new thing, and you are part of it. So if you've noticed from the graphic that I put up before this went live, hopefully I will have some comments coming through soon. And you'll be finding me in two different places. So I will be multi-streaming to YouTube and to Facebook at the same time. Hi Lynette, lovely to see you. So Facebook is working. Now I've chosen to I've been wanting to do this multi-streaming for a while. And the social media platform that I use to stream to you had changed. So I could do both in one place. Now, most of you know I go live on a Sunday here on Facebook and then on a Wednesday on YouTube. Now, if everything's going okay, and we are definitely going out broadcasting somewhere, so hopefully this is going to be live in Facebook and YouTube both at the same time. And this will be how it will go from now on. Hi, lovely to see you all joining me. Thank you so much. Okay, oopsie daisy. So there was a few minutes there. I was just trying to get it set up for the first time. I think this is working. I've got lots of people on here live, which is lovely. So I will check back later and see how YouTube end fared and make sure everything's okay. But if everything's all right, then this is how it's going to be in future. So I'll be live in both places at the same time. It's not something new. Lots of other people do it. And I've been wanting to do it. So I'm starting Stampin' Up. Is starting a brand new year today. Yesterday, the 1st of October, is our new year. So I thought, right, I'm going to do it for October. So there you go. So lots of people coming in. Great to see you. That caught me out, you being on both. Ha ha, Carol, there you go. But anyway, wherever the comment's coming from, I've got one comment in red and several in blue. So I've got a feeling, Anne, if you can pop a comment back, I think Anne is probably watching on YouTube and everybody else is on Facebook. So anyway, there we go. And strike one. So that's good. So it looks to be good. So I wasn't sure how it was all going to look my end. So it was a couple of minutes late coming in. But anyway, I think we're there. So that's good. Anyway, I'm going to do I've got a couple of templates to share here with you. So I'm going to lay them out and you can take screenshots. And I will talk you through them. So I'll put them that way around because it makes more sense. So hopefully that will make sense to you. Let me get you down onto the table and you can see me. Oops, there we go, there, and over we come. Okie doke. So I'll just move that over because you've got my face in the corner. Okie doke. So I'm going to be making some tags. Now these cards were done as two different ways really. They were what you can call flashcards. So if you use these templates, you can cut one layer at this measurement and then you've got a matte layer to stick on the top of it. Okay, so you could make 8 pieces. So these could be a panel on the front of a card. And I'm just bringing you through a note card that I've got here in front of me. So these aren't necessarily those sizes, but this could be the sort of thing you could do. A panel of that and a panel of that sitting together where you've got gold and red. Okay, that's one way. The other way you can do it is by cutting. Oh, look, I've been crafting today. I've just realised I've got inky fingers. So well done to the ones who were here with me today doing their mixed media. So I'll try and put my hands downwards, shall I? So if you choose to do them this way, so you count 2 pieces as one, this becomes 6.5, that becomes 13 this way, and 10 that way. So we can cut this down at 10 and then fold these in half. But I want to be doing it on this one really. This is the one for the base card. This is the biggest one. So I would have that cut at 14 by 10.5. Okay, I'm going to do these in a minute, but I wanted you to make sure you understood my workings. So that would be one card and then fold it in half, score along the middle, and then that would be one. So you'd have 4 out of one card. And then these would be the individual layers. You would get 8 out of here. So now I've talked you through it. Hopefully you did a screenshot at the beginning. If not, you can come back. I'm going to be working that one through for you to show you what I mean. So I have got an array of colours here because we've had every colour under the sun out today. I might actually do them in thick white, I think. So, you know me, I'm a wing it girl. So Oh, Anne. Well, I was, but everyone else is here, so I've popped over. And it's absolutely fine. You'll be able to comment in both places. But thank you for being my test, because you actually came up in red on my display and everybody else was in blue. Oh, I've just taken 2 pieces out there because I'm watching the screen at the same time. So let's go for this template then, shall we? So I'm going to cut this down the middle at 10.5. Okay, this is just a slightly different size of note card. It doesn't have to be for Christmas. It can be for any time of the year, really. Any gift wise, when you want to slip a little card in with a gift. So I'm going to cut that at 14. So I cut it down the middle here. It is 10.5 long ways, and then I've cut 14, and I'll cut 14 again. And we're actually going to make 4 cards. Okay, I'll come back and score them in a minute, just not to give you too many measurements at once. So again, 14 centimetres and 14 centimetres. Okay, that's so funny, Anne. I do think that's funny. So because we've got the 14 this way, I'm going to cut that, score that, sorry, at 7. Okay, so that will be the size of one of our little note cards. So that could be a little tag. It could be a very small card that you pop in with a gift, whichever you like. So just thought I'd do a little bit different today. And because it's what I call flashcards, so you could use it in multiple ways. So you know me, get some value for money and just have some different ideas. Of course, with Christmas coming up, it might be a case of actually you want to get making some tags. Okay, so I'm going to take those out of the way. Take my bone folder, and all of those are going to be scored. Okay, but it's kind of showing you that you're using, apart from these 2 little strips, you're using a whole sheet to its maximum benefit. And those 2 little strips could quite easily have a sentiment on them. Okay, so I don't throw those away. Okay, just crease those edges all the way around, and this one as well. Edges. There we go. So there's our 4 cards. Okay, so now if I'm going to just grab my ruler, just if I can get across there. So these are going to be the 7 that way, and then 10.5 that way. So the 7 centimetres, if we go back to the second plan, we're now going to work on here at 6.5 by 10 and cut to this diagram. So you will have 8 panels. So you'll have 8 sections on there. So 2 of the coloured ones, or 2 of the base cards, to 1 of the others, you'll get 8 cards. Okay, so I'm going to use this one. I think I'm going to cut the whole sheet down because I think it's going to be easier. I'm going to take this down at 10 centimetres. So down the whole of the sheet. Can you see that? Am I straight? Are you going downhill? I think you're going, oh, I think I've frozen even. Sorry, we've internet issues. We seem to have frozen. I'll be waggling my fingers. You'll come back soon. If I switch camera, sometimes that helps. Switch you across back to me. No. Tap a few buttons. Nope. Oh dear. No, move that across. Still the same, but hey, we're just waiting for you to catch up. I will walk you through. I'm going to carry on cutting because I'm sure it'll come back. And then I'm cutting the other way. So down the middle at 10, and then I'm going to come this way at 6.5. Okay, and 6.5. I'm going to cut 8 panels like this. So yes, I think we're frozen. Can you still hear me? Is anybody there? Just to pop a little comment down, just to say you can still hear me. 6.5, 6.5, another 6.5. No. Okay, I've cut one of the sheets down. I'm just going to lay these on here. So, oh, you're back with me. There we go. So I've cut half a sheet down. I'm just going to lay these ones out so you can see how they would look. There is a matte layer on there. Okay, so that is how we would work. I'm back. Excellent. Okay, so I can zoom you in a little bit now because I'm on got rid of the big stuff. So the only wastage on here would be 2 pieces this size. So we can put those aside. We use all those little scraps, pop them in my little tray, and they will be used. Okay, so this was just to give you an idea as to how those 2 panels worked. Okay, so we originally cut it this way. We cut a quarter sheets really, set a 10.5 by 14 and by 14 again, and the same. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we scored them down the middle. You could equally do this way and score them here. Score the whole sheet down halfway and then cut them that way. So they're little tent cards. So it's entirely up to you. I've just done 1/2 a sheet for now, and I've put the other sheet away, cutting at 10 and then cut them at 6.5 while you were missing in action. Okay, so from here now we are winging. That was my planned piece for today. So I thought I might like to just have one panel that is embossed. So I'm going to bring on my little mini cut and emboss machine. I'm going to bring in my embossing folders. I don't know what I'm going to have tonight. I've brought in 4 here. We've got some snowflakes. We've got some ferns. Just really some stripes and some splatters. I am a splatter girl. I do love the splatters. Splodges and splatters, but they could be used for anything depending on what you wanted the cards for. So I don't really want red snowflakes, do I? Let's just try. Let's just see what we get. We'll do one of these panels and we're going to pop it in the snowflakes. It's just to give you some texture. It's not saying that that's the colour that the snowflakes would be, obviously. I'm going to run this through. Okay, pop that out of the way. And there's my panel. I'm disgusted with my ink on here, but it does prove I have been working hard today. Okay, so that texture is absolutely beautiful. Can you see that one there? Look at that. Okay, so I think I'm going to just plonk that one straight down. A good old craft. Oh, I've got some of these have been used today. I'm going to get a brand new one. I did bring one in case. I've got 3, and I think nearly all 3 are nearly run out. We'll start with another new one. Okay, round the edges and on here like so. Okay, that can go down. Turn that around and pop this in the middle. Because I'm using the Tombow multi-purpose, you've got a little bit of wiggle room. Make sure you're happy it's gone in the centre. And there is our first little tag, or a mini card or gift card. Hi Frances, nice to see you. It's good. So there's one. I was going to do different things on different cards. I don't know what else. I could do another texture actually. Do one more texture. It's on the bottom. I'm going to do some splatters only because we can then do one that could be for any occasion. I do like this. There's stripes and splatters. It's really good. Another one on there, so that's that one. Some nice splatters. So you know what we could do actually? Let's do, I've brought 4 little mini folders, so let's do one of each. Okay. We can always use the other half if we want to save them for something different. And pop that one over there. So that's the ferns. Ooh, that's good. I think it's that way up actually. And then the last one was the stripes. So these come in the mini ones come in a pair. So I'll just go through those with you in a sec. Yeah. It's a little bit tight on there. Little bite-sized pieces. What is this fold? Just that one was a little bit tricky starting. Okay, so now you can go away. Take that one. So yes, if I just show you these as they come, you actually get the snowflakes and the leaves as a Christmas set, so you can get those 2 together. Okay, and then you have the splatters and the stripes. This is kind of, could look as bark, it could look, I go horizontal, upright. This obviously can go any direction. They are rather good. So if I bring these two down, hold them up together, you'll see the textures. So you've got your splatters on there and your stripes, so that comes as a set together. You see what I mean about putting bark? You could have that going that way on or upright, but they could be any occasion. And then we have the leaves and the snowflakes here on those two. Good, aren't they? So let me just stick those ones down, and then we'll decide how we're going to decorate them. So when you do your tags on parcels, do you have flat sticky labels, or do you have little tied on tags? Oh, I think I want to put that way. I don't know. Is there one way? No, I think it's a bit of both. These tags here, these ones could be, if you want to tie them with string, the way that you do is punch a little hole in the back here. Okay, and then you can put your tag on there. So the design on the front isn't spoiled. So then that could later be used as a little card front. Okay, but other than that, I just wondered, curious whether people put sticky tags on or little tied on labels. I prefer the tied on labels. Okay, and that one can go in there. And then this is the fourth one. There we go. Tags, yeah, lovely tags. I can remember when we were growing up, Mum having sheets of sticky tags. You just wrote on them and peeled them off and stuck them on. Not the same, is it? I suppose being a crafter now, you wouldn't make sticky ones, would you? So there's four. There's those two, and then there's those two together. So I've brought out, I hadn't got a lot to hand tonight, so I've brought out my Dear set. This is rather cute. I showed you one of the cards just now, but this one smudges back. Okay, I'm going to just bring some of these on, and I'm going to see what colour I want to do this actually. This, I have my mat, Stampin' mat here. Can you see me? Yes, you do. So I was looking to use the cherry cobbler, but I am thinking I might see. I'm going to just see how this looks in the grey granite. I like this combination, and I'm not sure how strong that's going to be. So I'm just for stamping, I'm going to just take a piece of my scrap out and bring that through, and we'll see how this looks. If you don't try, you don't know, do you? So tap that heavily on there and bring that down here. Shaz, Smudges, yeah, I think you got there first, Shaz. Hey, Smudge, yeah. We've had, if you can imagine, my desk's in here. We have had everything going on, and we've had little bits of, like, pairs of layered pieces all spread out on the different tables, and she comes in and she wants to walk over the whole lot. And we had gesso primer, we had embossing paste, we had inks, we had all sorts. So you can imagine it wasn't the right time for Smudge to come and walk down the table and say, "Hi ladies, I'm here, can I have some treats?" So yeah, it was good fun. They all enjoyed themselves. And I'm repeating it again next Saturday if anybody wants to come and do some mixed media. It's 11 till 3 or 4 or 5. And it's just £20. You'll be doing your own personalised canvas piece. And you'll have a lot of fun. If you, like the ladies today, had lots of fun. So I'm going to cut this in half because I've done two. The reason being, this one here was a little bit faint, so I inked it up again. So I'll probably turn that over and use the back of that another day. And here I have my punched image. So we use our punches from the back. A lot of people think punches are from the front, but with Stampin' Up ones generally, I'm going a bit left to right here because I'm right-handed. And I'm just going to line this up perfectly. There's a little tiny narrow border all the way around this, so I just want to get that perfectly positioned, like so, and then give it a squeeze and my deer will pop out. I love those colours. So I'll just tip that out. I've covered my bins up, so let me just hope I'm not arms in front of the camera. Bring that bin in so I can see it. There we go. So there's one shape done. I wanted to do some different ways with you. So I have got the little laying down image here. I have a black image already cut. Just seeing off camera here what I've got in there. What I need here, I need my stays on. So let me just grab that. Saison has walked. There we go. So another little block here. I'm going to use the laying down little deer. He's very tiny. He's very small. I can use him on the other side of that piece. So Stays On does exactly what it says on the tin. And Shaz, I think it was you with the tip for putting glue dots in here. I've glued the plastic piece that always sticks. I've glued it in there and you can see it worked. Thank you, that was a great tip. If you weren't watching the other day and you have Stays On, you don't need to have that piece keep jumping up at you all the time. It's just to keep it fresh. And I didn't do my sniff test today. Almonds. Absolutely really strong smell of almonds. Beautiful. Okay. So when I'm using a piece like this and I think, well, I've got a tiny piece of card, I might as well do more than one image. Okay. So I'm going to keep one of those and pop the other two back in my bag. Okay, they can go back in the case. So what I did with this one here is I took some blends to it, the Stampin' Blends, in grey granite. I've got a light and a dark here. So if you like to I put some shadow on first with my specs. There we go, that's better. So I put some accent pieces on first. So where the lines are in here, I tend to put a little piece round the lines so that the shadow's coming from one side, like so, and a little bit round that leg, and maybe just a little bit on the face and in the ears. Okay, so that's those two. And the rest I use with my light grey granite. So I'll just colour him in now. Beautiful little thing. Just quietly while I'm colouring. You know what, I've gone I did these back to front the other day. It doesn't really matter with the Stays On, it's still it's not blending, it's not smudging, but the memento is best for the was brought out for the blends, and the Stays On for the watercolouring. So I've just switched them over, but it proves they still both work. Okay, you can layer up your blends as well. So if you haven't got many of the colours, you can layer up a pale and you can go over a second time and even the third time. They do layer up. So, as we've said with the blends before, they're not like the children's felt pens, as in you don't see the scratchy lines. Okay, so they are really cute. So that's one of the deers, that's the second. Put them down again, and I'm going to just quickly fussy cut him out. So I haven't done fussy cutting lately, so I just get started in here. Sometimes I'll take off the excess, so just to take off some of the excess card, like so, and then come back in. It just makes it a little bit lighter and easier to manage. So here I'm holding the scissors in the same place. I'm using the heel of the scissors. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. And I'm coming along the line on this one. I don't need a white image on the outside. So I'm just coming in around there. I'm turning my card and bringing it back. And around this curve, I move my card. Okay, it makes it an awful lot easier than trying to zigzag with your scissors coming around like this. So just to point that out, it's come along a straight piece, you move your card, come up to the top, and I'm going to pivot around that top corner with my card doing the work. Okay, so we're just still coming that direction and coming along there. Hopefully it's clear on the camera. Around the corner. Hi Kim. You'll be over on the Isle of Wight. When's that? Next week? You going on holiday, Lynette? That's nice. Have a nice breakaway. I like the Isle of Wight. It's nice over there. Not been for a long while. In fact, I think the last time we went was in 2007. David and I went there. We just had a few days away. When we got married, just had a few days away. We stayed fairly close, so we just went over to the Isle of Wight. So I'm just trying to get into between the ear there. So I'm using both hands to get around that corner and turning that card back again to come around the head. Okay. Hello? I'm on my live, love. Anybody free that wants to come around and just go and make the bed for us? David forgets it's Sunday. So, the bed needs making. There we go. So that's my next one cut out. So that's one to go on there. The other two images, what am I going to do with those ones? I want to show you lots of different things, you see. So this one, I'll save that for another day. What have we got? Got some antlers in there. Right, okay, I'm going to use this. I have got a grey granite near to hand. And I'm going to punch out the antlers from a scrap in solid. I'm going to do these ones for now. So there is a little trick with these. When I stamp these, can you see, is that close enough for you to see? So I'm going to stamp that there, and I have my ink pad. I like to, oh, I think I've stabbed myself with the scissors. They are very sharp. Those of you, Sandra, oh yeah, I'll get back to you on that. I've not caught up with her since she's been back. She's been to see her sister. I'll let you know once I've caught up with her. I'll catch up with her tomorrow. So I think she was getting home today. I have, look, I've stabbed myself, drawing blood. What happened there? Didn't see myself cut myself. Bit silly really, cut yourself. So I'm going to teach you a little trick doing these antlers. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, there's a reason for me showing you this. Not that I need 3 sets, but it helps to show you in bulk. I haven't got a plaster to hand, so I'll do one on the other side of the room, but let me just hold that for a sec. So when you come to punch these out, if I turn it over, you'll see it clearer. The 2 antlers are separated. Can you see that? There's one there and there's one there. So those 2. So they're not in the obvious place to punch the stamp that is joined together. Okay, so I will do, Lynette. Yeah, that's fine. She was due back from her sister's today, and then she might be coming over here for a couple of days. So when I catch up with her, you might find she comes to stay with us. So she might be here on Wednesday. So I'm not sure what days she's free to come over, but she's going to come over for a few days. So when we try and pop this in here, we have this one that is really the left, and this one upside down that is really the right. So what my little tip is, if you stamp several in a row like this, okay, and then come up the middle, cut through the middle of those 2 antlers, okay, and you'll end up with 2 strips. So this one is going to come this side, okay, so we can angle that. Maybe the next thing I will need to do is angling them differently on the card. It will go in this one, but I need to just take that piece off, I think. So we are angling this one to come in that gap. Doesn't want to do it, does it? I was thinking that that was going to work, but it's not quite. Can you see me struggling? Trying to get that one in the way, but this body of the card here is not good. Let's try these ones and see if this one's better the other side. So this one is going to come this way on, and we're going to have that one in that hole. It works for this side, but not for the other side. Okay, like so. Get that design in the middle, and then squeeze, and that one will pop out. Okay, then we can cut that off and come to the next one and come in with that one. But I'm just going to get a post-it note for us. Our trusted post-it notes come in for a multitude of things. You're going to hold this on the sticky end and then use this as a handle. So this is now going to come in here, and we're going to line it up just like we did the first one. It's the only way I could find to successfully do punch them all out together, because they're just not made to be punched with one stamp and one punch. Okay, so it's better to know this in advance when you're using this set. So by cutting that into 2 strips, I can go 1 strip this way. Okay. Oh, I froze again, did I? Oh dear. So if any of you have experience of fibre, as in the fibre optic, we're supposed to be having that fitted tomorrow. So I'm hoping that it's going to help with the electronics. It seems to be the way to go. So I've just cut those ones, and I'm going to put them that way up. Look at the way they need to go in the punch. It needs to go that way, and it needs to go at that angle. Okay, so I can still get that in there now. And the sticky part of the post-it note is holding that on for me. Okay, punch that one out. Hit it in the middle, and that will come out. So that's the other set. Okay, and another one. Look at how it's going to go in the punch. You can reuse the same sticky piece as well. You have fibre. It's so fast. Oh my dear, I'm so pleased you said that. Gina is struggling. One of my friends over in Northern Ireland, she struggles, and she had hers installed. Unknown to me, David had a call from them, and we're going on as well. And when I spoke to her over the last few days, I think she had it fitted on Thursday, and on the Friday we had a FaceTime, and no joke, her picture was so clear. I actually commented how clear it was, and I said, did they successfully get your fibre fitted? And she said yes, and that was a good positive point for her. It wasn't all pixelated. Her picture was really nice and clear, so it did make a difference. And we're hoping it's going to make a difference for her on her Facebook Lives as well. So that's all of those cut out, and you can then use the sticky note post-it note again. That's fine. So this one here, I'm going to start by doing these simply and just have that on 3D. Grab some dimensionals. So you're saying it's very fast. I'm really pleased with that, because it just seems to, the signal just keeps just butting out for no reason. So I'm using a mixture tonight. I'm going to cut some of these, the little bits in the corner along here. Okay, when we get all those little bits, we use everything. So that one's going to come up here for the head. If I want to, I don't know if I did this live the other day or whether I did it for a recording. These little straight pieces on here, if I cut them small enough, actually I'll cut them in half. I can do those for the feet, the little hooves on the deer. Okay, we don't really want them to be stuck in midair. So, because I've cut the straight pieces into 2, I can put one piece on that hoof. Okay, one hoof on this one. I think I've taken the backing off that one now, so I'll take them off as I go. that will be easier later. Oh dear, sticky, sticky. Okay, and then take the next two. So I'll put one on this one. When you get so many little tiny pieces, they can be annoying because the feet will then catch up when the card is put in its envelope. In this case, you might not want to do envelopes because they're the tags. So this one I'm going to put on the ferns, the Christmassy ferns. I'm going to put it slightly higher than centre because I'm going to put the Merry Christmas on here in a little while. And then these are the antlers. So I'm going to pop them one each direction on here. And just a little bit of Tombow. And because this is raised, these can just tuck underneath nicely. And the colour is the same colour card that I've done here on the colouring on that one. Looks nice. Oh, thank you. I do still have my visitors. Yeah, my visitors are here up to a year. So they came in May. So they've been in their room most of today. They know I've been busy with the Norfolk Open Studio. So that's that one. And I shall put these ones to one side because they can be used on another card. Just wanted to show you how it is better with multiples. And then this one I'm going to do the same. This one's been coloured in. I did this on white card, didn't I? So he can just sit there quite nicely. You can also do this, stamp him onto, I think I did that on that other card actually. I will bring that back. Just take those off. So you could put a little circle on here like I did on that other card earlier. So that, yes, I haven't got the circles out. I will leave that today. But just on its own, a nice little deer like that with a little good sentiment under there. That's going to be really sweet. So that's those. These plates out of the way. Move them down a bit. So for the other two, we might end up just repeating. What have I got? A piece of grey granite. It's just a remnant. So this is what this one was on white card and then coloured with the blends. This next one I'm going to do that one. I need another big block here. So this one here, I need a piece of. It might be a little bit dark, that one. I'm going to try this one. This might have a little bit too dark a colour on here, but I want to use the grey granite again. So this will have dried, and I'm sure that this was the a darker shade, probably espresso on here. So let me just. Right, there's no loose ink on that, so I'm going to go with this. So I want to just show you how a piece of sponge or a blender pen, you can just pick up some ink and actually make your surface a bit mottled. Okay, just in different marks, just to colour that card up a bit. It's the same tone on tone, okay, but just to get a bit of texture on there. If you didn't catch me the other day, I did comment about the COVID test. You know, they give you a little bag, a little Ziploc bag to put the pieces in, to put in the bin. Well, particularly if you're doing them at home, these bags fit the blending brushes perfectly. So you can keep your colours separate, especially if going to classes and things like that. So I've just mottled that a little bit. I just didn't want him to be plain. So this is the outline stamp again. So you can do that before or after. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so that one's on there. And then I'll shut that and punch that one. So that one would just come through there, punch him out again, exactly the same as before, but instead of having the writing on him, just trying to focus a bit there without my glasses down. And there, in the middle. I think he's in the middle. It's harder to see on a coloured, uncoloured. Okay, and there we go. So there's the deer. Pop those bits in the bin. Okay, so that's the third one. Just showing you a different way of doing it. So you can see he has got some good features on there. Okay, you can see him, but he's not just a plain card. He's been mottled. Okay, and then we're nearly there with the fourth one. Okay, so we do the same as this. 2 on the body. A little one up there for his head. Stuck to that. Okay, I've got a little pile of rubbish off the side here. Hope you can't see it. So I'm going to do the same with this one and cut a couple in half for the hooves. And that one there, there, and there. Okay, pull those off. There's one going on there, one going on there. Lynette, I'll message you after this because I've just had an idea. I know you can't, just if you message me and say what you're doing this week, if you've got any free days this week, I might be able to get you over here. I know you don't have transport, but if I go and collect Val, then I could be popping in and get you at the same time. This one, oh, didn't take the paper off there, it's got stuck behind. That's another one. And then this one, I might put some trees on. Can I get the trees through there? I'm going to just move the camera over just a sec, so that's there and across. So you can't see me leaning over you. Everything's the other side of the table. Just out of reach. There we go. And 3 of those. So we have these trees. This set, I'm going to show you back over here in a sec. Just bring it back with me. There you go. This set has got several trees on here. It's got a tall one, a trio, a 2, and a little tiny 2. So there's several trees in here to think about. The thing with doing this is I haven't got the circle punches over here at the moment. So I'm going to stamp this on a little piece of white. And I'm going to cut him out as a square. Okay, so I'm going to measure the size of piece that I would need to fit on here with my ruler. So if I say I want that to be, oh, I think 4 centimetres square might look nice, or 4.5. Let's go for 4.5. Okay, so I'll bring my little guillotine on and cut a square 4.5. Because it's got angular designs, I think it might look nice. So like that. That sort of size on there could look lovely. There we go. So I'm going to show you another trick here. I know time's clicking on, but I just want to quickly show you this. This is going to be the trio of trees. So I'm going to ink these up really well because I want them to be nice and solid. So make sure that they are quite dark. Okay. And then I'm going to stamp this on and off my mat, okay, so you can see that hopefully. So I'm going to have a first generation, and then I'm going to lift it up. That's a lovely deep colour, okay, and then I'm going to go a little bit lower on my second generation and a little bit higher on my third generation. So you're actually building that as a little scene. So your trees are dark, then second, then third. Okay, you can do that with any images, and if you continued on, you could actually do some more. Okay, so where you've had an image that's gone off the edge, I would just say we stamped that off on I stamped that off the edge of my card, and I've got a straight line down there, so I'm going to bring that one in a little bit stronger. Okay, and then I'm going to go back into here, and I'm going to have a dark section on the end. Okay, now you will notice that on my mat here, I'm leaning over the edge. I haven't put a piece of scratch paper down. Okay, there was a reason for telling you that, because these mats are very good with a wet wipe. Okay, so if you just take a wet wipe out. Okay. on the mat here, we'll take that out of the way. On here, a wet wipe just scrubbed over that will actually clean your mat. I'll do the other side as well because that might have just gone over a bit. That brings it up as good as new, okay? So just leave that out and let that dry and you'll be absolutely fine. So it's not all lost. So that one's going to go just on there and raised, okay, just there. So pop some dimensionals on there and we have 4 images on our 4 cards. Okay. So one in each corner. Take them off as I go. And then one each there. There we go. Just to bring in one of the different colours. Okay, a little bit up there. Okie doke. Now I have some already in my packet here, my extra little bits that I've got, that I've actually got some greetings. So what I'm going to do, because time is cracking on, I'm going to take a couple out of here. There's one. There's a couple of those. There's 3. Shame I hadn't got 4, but never mind. We will do those 3. And then you'll just get a gist as to how they go. So how we do the little stamped punch banners on the end, we stamp it, cut into the middle, and we cut either side, like so. Okay. And then this way, we cut into the middle, and we go either side. You see me do this a lot, I know. Okay, into the middle like so. So another one, and I'll do 2 of these, and then I'll do the other 2 when I come off air, so you can go and catch up with your telly. So one in there, and one in there, and into the centre. Somebody used these scissors at the Setford Sincerely Yours the other day, a couple of weeks ago, and went on to buy them because our scissors are so sharp. They do snip right to the ends. Ladies today commented as well. Really good scissors. Okay, I know I'm biased, but I only promote things that I really love, and these scissors are the only ones I use for crafting. Okay, so just going to put, yeah, I'll put one in the middle. So which ones would you put on today? I'm going to just put on the, I think I'm going to do the 2 deers today. Okay, so this one can just come under here, just under his feet, and just rest on there, or just below him like so, just below. Okay, so that one's done and that one's ready, and then this one, I'm going to do a couple of other little things with the other one, and I'll come back and post those for you in a sec. Get these little bits on the floor. Same with this one. When you're doing mass production like this, if you have got some long thin strips of card, you saw these 3 are left over. These are from bits that I had before, and I just stamped them and just left them in the packet with the stamps. So they're ready when I needed to use them again. Okay, and there's 2. So those 2 with the greeting and these 2 without, but we can do something else with those later. So I'm conscious of the time. It's nearly an hour, look. I hope you're still with me. And bring those down so you're better in view. Okie doke, and hope you like those today. The plan, you can just go back to the beginning and then take a screenshot of that. So take that off and bring that across. There will be lots of news coming out on Tuesday, so please stay tuned. Be sure to come and have a look. We have got things like free shipping. There is a sign-up offer for joining Stampin' Up if you would like to get your supplies at a discount. Or even if there's yourself and maybe a couple of friends or a family member that buy together, and you can, one of you can do it for both of you. You can earn your products at a discount, or even some for free. Okay, so that's worth doing. The offer is £154 worth of your own shopping list for £99 and no postage. So be sure to ask me about that if you're interested. And Ireland and Belgium are opening up with Stampin' Up Southern Ireland from the 4th of October as well. And there's a new suite coming out as well. So as soon as that arrives, I will keep you posted. So I will be keeping the Facebook page up to date with those as well for you. So thanks for joining me today. If you're on YouTube, then please hit the like and subscribe button so that you can follow. You'll see when I come up in future. Thanks for your comments there. Glad you enjoyed it. Really pretty little cards. They're just a nice size. and you'll have that template you can just screenshot from the beginning. Okay, so let you go for now, and thanks for joining me, and see you again